When a man is in love, do you know that you don't have to do anything besides exist?
It is that that man wants to be desired by the woman that he desires. Good men know what they deserve, and they're very aware of what they want.
That's what I'm saying. Stop building these men because they hate you for it.
I created his first resume. I created his first social media account.
Due to him being found guilty, basically harming his girlfriend.
Passport brother has been walking around.
People who say they don't care about these passport bros are constantly making videos and making up their own narratives about these guys. What the is it?
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe, also smash that notification bell just to be sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. Let's hop right into this.
When a man is in love with a woman, or really likes a woman, do you know that you don't have to do anything besides exist?
It's delusional.
Seriously, you don't have to do a single thing. You don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to prove to him how great of a wife you can be.
Complete lies. And men have known this for years, and this is the problem. This is the great American divide, right? Women don't realize you do have to show a man. You have to show a man what it takes. If you want a man to be there, a lot of women want to get the bag, but then they want to spend all the man's money. That's why they want to make sure they have a man that can make a lot of money. And yes, if you have a man like that, you have to show and prove. And also, women are rejecting guys that don't make much money, and that's why guys are checking out. The great divide is happening. But let her finish.
How great of a mother you can be. You don't have to do gymnastics in the bedroom. You don't have to show him how good you are at cooking macaroni and cheese and chicken curry. Girl, you don't have to do anything. You just have to breathe. You just have to breathe. You just have to breathe. Go out with your girls. Go to the gym, go shopping. Just be you. The person that you were when he met you. He's in love with you. You don't need to do anything. Your presence alone in his life is a gigantic blessing to him. And if anything, he's the one that's going to be the one proving to you how good he is, so that you don't go, so that you have a real future together. I promise you, if a man is in love with you, really likes you, all you gotta do is exist. Simple.
1,000,000%, like, women will push you, like, go queen, go do that, but at the end of the day, you are losing more respect for yourself by listening to a woman and do that thing that they wouldn't even do themselves. Pushing your morals just a little bit back.
It's like women are stuck 20 years ago. That was true 20 years ago. But you see what's going on right now in the U.S. and how men are? Why are women still telling women this lie? I think Sheila doesn't realize it. Guys want women to show and prove nowadays, and rightfully so. Some guys are taken to the cleaners. Some guys get with a woman and she just refuses to do it, right? So imagine a guy's going with what she says. Says, you know what? I love her. I'm just going to let her be, right? I'm going to let her go out with her girls, like she said. She said, go out with your girls. When you're in a relationship, a lot of times, people end up separating from their girlfriends because their girlfriends are still for the streets. Ladies, stop listening to women like this. Because they're going to leave single women, leave other women single. I don't know if she's single. She could be in a relationship, but if she is, she's in a relationship with a sucker. A lot of guys aren't going for it. But anyway, we'll go to the next video.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
The reason why men get frustrated over seeing something like this is not what you think. It is not because they fit into this category of being a nice guy without tattoos or any baggage or any record. It is because of one universal thing that I believe all men share. It is that that man wants to be desired by the woman that he desires. And if she doesn't desire him, she has to convince herself to be with him. That man doesn't want it. You might think that all the power is in your hands for this relationship between a nice guy and you to work out because you're the one that's having to convince yourself to be with him. But that man is smarter than that. Good men know what they deserve, and they're very aware of what they want. And they are smart, so when they sense that you don't really want to be with them, you're having to kind of convince yourself. Because he's a good man, he might stick around for a little bit just to make sure that what he is sensing is true. But once he knows the truth, he is out of there.
That's so true. Now, are there a couple of guys that will stick around? Yes. I think those guys need to learn from other men and see what other men are going through. Because, look, if you're sticking around a woman that's not truly for you, you're making a mistake, my boy. And that, I know from my past and what I've done, I put up with women who had that same idea before. I didn't do it much, but when I was younger, I did. Always left me hurt, right? Always left me feeling a little hot and bothered. But of course, I realized, don't get with the woman that you want. Get with the woman that you need. Get with the woman that wants to be with you. Get with the woman that desires you. That is a woman that's fit to be a wife, right? Because she's going to do anything and everything to make sure you have a smile on your face. Guys have to remember they're the prize. Women like to teach that women are the prize, but it's not true. Most of them aren't bringing something to the table, so how are you my prize? But we're going to the next one.
That's what I'm saying. Stop building these men because they hate you for it.
I put myself in a position to be on foot because I allowed this man to have full access to my vehicles while I was working, which one of the vehicles he ended up wrecking. I used up all my vacation and sick time.
Yeah. Guys that are watching, you already know what this is, right? The woman is a coach. The first woman is a motivational coach. She talks about girls getting away from men that are narcissistic, that are a certain way, right? A lot of times, this is happening from pookies, right? Or guys that they feel they desire. But most of the times from pookies. Let's go out with a pookie who wrecked a car. Why would he need a car? Let me let her finish.
In order to make it to court while he was battling his first kid's mom to get custody of them. And on the court dates that I could not attend, I would stay up all night making notes for him, going through court documents and letting him know things that he needed to say, marking time stamps and call logs so that he was able to show the judge that he was at the time the appropriate parent to be able to gain custody of his children. I scoured through handbooks night in and night out whenever his employer was trying to not pay him after he sustained a work injury. I went through those documents as if I worked for that company. I stayed up many of nights while I was studying for my MBA and working full-time while paying all of the bills to tutor him because he was trying to get his GED.
Are we caring about that?
I created his first resume. I created his first social media account. I applied for the jobs that he would acquire.
Sound like a guy that just got out of jail, don't it? Sound like a guy that just got out of jail for unliving somebody.
I would file his taxes. I applied for the majority of the jobs that he was able to retain while we were together. I practically raised his children. I would stay up at night brainstorming with him because he wanted to own his own clothing line. And we would brainstorm ideas. I would give him ideas and motivate him so that he would feel excited about getting these things, about accomplishing these things. I gave him the idea of going to barber school so that he can make a little money now so that he could be able to support his dream. I filled out his financial aid paperwork. All for that man to turn around and tell me that I didn't do enough. He ended up hating me and resenting me for all the things that I had ever did for him. He was never appreciative. He came back and he would take the smallest of things and he would throw them in my face and make it seem as if I was never good enough. Damn! I say all that to say this. Don't become the lesson when you have one right in front of you.
Man, Victim, I'm the victim. You did it to yourself, right? Now, I think everybody, every man, every woman knows this lesson. You keep giving to a person and giving and giving and giving. He was so, they're usually very unappreciative after the third time, fourth time. Now they expect. So you're with the guy that you did that anyway to keep him under your thumb, right? He knew that. But then not only that, after you kept doing it, he expected it and he wanted more. Yes, you were his slave at that point. You were his unpaid slave. Like when you hire an employee, you pay them to do the work because they're your slaves, right? That's what you were to him, a free slave. And do I feel bad for you or like you're a victim? Yes, you're a victim because you created yourself. You created yourself to be a victim. You did it to yourself. So look, I'm not sorry. That's something you have to learn just dealing with people. You can't be out here being nice to people and doing everything they want because you know what happened? Yes, anyone, family, friends, they will take advantage. Next video.
I'm actually surprised on how many people are upset at Jonathan Majors being found guilty. Well, if you guys didn't already know, Jonathan Majors has just been fired from Disney and Marvel due to him being found guilty of basically harming his girlfriend.
Man, what happened with Jonathan Majors, this right here is like a moment in time, right? I actually felt sad for the guy. He was running away from the girl, right? Of course, he put her in the car. He was really trying to get away from her. He was in that situation like, let me put her in the car. Let me get away from her before she puts me in something I don't want to be in. Hence that court case, right? It happened. He was trying to avoid it. He was trying to avoid that. But he never should have picked her up. He should have just left, let her keep the phone, right? He put himself in a scuffle, and that's what got him in trouble.
I ain't gonna count. Seemed like they been had this paper written up. They was just waiting to sign that bit the minute the verdict came out. But believe it or not, a lot of people on social media still feel like he's innocent. They're just clowning him, stating that next time he should mess with a sister, because they're stating basically that a sister would never do such a thing of what just happened to him.
No, a sister would do it. But you know what would happen? With that kind of proof he had, they wouldn't have cared as much. Because she was a white woman, yeah, they cared a lot more. And that's what happened to him. But it still would have been the same thing with his sister. They would have said something. Happens all the time. Or they probably wouldn't. But who knows? Can't say for sure.
Because a lot of you know, social media right now is claiming that this is a race situation due to the fact that even with all the footage that was shown and the messages that were shown, he still was given the guilty verdict.
All right, I'm going to stop the video right there, right? He shouldn't have dealt with a white woman in America. He shouldn't have dealt with a sister in America, right? See, everybody got it wrong. That man should have jumped on a plane, went across the waters, and got himself something feminine and delicate. When I seen her fighting him, I said, hold up, she's not feminine, right? A feminine woman is scared of controversy, drunk or not. They're not. And number two, I don't want to get with a woman. And I said this before, I made a video on my Black Filipino channel. And one of the things I said, you come out to the Philippines, stay away from a Filipina that drinks and smokes. And I felt the same way about women in the West. Why is that? Look what happened to him. Imagine if she wasn't drinking and smoking. Imagine if she's trying to keep him off of drinking and smoking. And that's why I said that about the Filipinas. Don't get with a Filipino doing that. Why? I'm at the age, I want to live for a longer time, right? I'm in my 40s. I want to live to 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I want to live to 100. Why not? So if I'm going to do that, I need a lady that's going to give me him. What they say about women is true. Women actually help men live longer. And why would you get a woman that's not? And that's what's happening with him. He lost everything. He lost all kinds of bags dealing with American women. I hate to say it. It happened. Because they know they got the law on their side. But anyway, let me hop on to the next one.
These passport brothers been walking around all night trying to get women to join them before
Okay, so the woman who created this video is a liar. She has no proof whatsoever of these guys being passport bros. I just find it crazy that, people who say they don't care about these passport bros are constantly making videos and making up their own narratives about these guys.
Don't you agree, Mr. Feather? Word.
What the is it? Right now, I caught this creator in a lie through the comments section. So, the first, someone said,
"Hold up, wait a minute.
Why are you even filming these guys?
Something ain't right."
What the? She said that she was at a restaurant. On a balcony, of course. And then someone else in the comment section was asking, how do you know what those guys were up? She said that those dudes came up to a woman who was sitting at a table next to hers, asking for directions to a massage parlor. And now here's the kicker. So these two men who were walking down the street said, hey, I'm gonna go into this restaurant, go all the way up to the balcony just to ask this specific lady where a massage parlor is. She probably could have got away with the lie if she said that she was on the street and some dudes were passing by and they stopped someone and she happened to see them asking for directions, but that wasn't even it. She couldn't even come up with a creative lie like that. So, creator of that video, you have been exposed, and for some reason, I don't know why you keep convincing yourself that these are passport bros and that you keep going on and on with this, but you need to stop. Everyone knows you're a liar. There are even women in the comment section calling you out. Next time you decide to come up with your own narrative.
Wow, you see that? The girl was straight lying, and this happens a lot. A lot. You see a lot of videos, all these guys out here doing that and doing this, and that's all they're doing. Lying. Women were in the comments saying, how do you know that, right? How do you know what these guys are doing? I took a look at the video. It looks like those guys just walking up down the block. And that's what they do. Anything they make guys look like villains, right? And it will continuously happens because she's looking at them walk down the block and she's looking at her options walking away. You want to know why? She's out there. No men are checking for her. These women are out in Colombia and all these other countries, and they're not finding guys at their beck and call, right? It's very lonely. It's very lonely a lot of times for a passport sis. I'm not saying that some passport sis can't make it happen, but you have to drop everything at the door. Drop all your baggage at the door and say, I come. Hat in hand, right? Hat in hand, at your service. Ready to be at your beck and call. Not to be your slave, but to be your woman. And to be submissive and do everything you need me to do as a wife. But it's not going to happen. And that's why guys realize it's more to life than dealing with you.
Oh, absolutely.
Come